Well, you guys still love the Sonnox stuff, and since there's only 1 week left on the Sonnox summer sale, here's a quick rundown of another great deal. Their most famous, best-selling plugin ever, the Oxford Inflator. It's on for only $16. But is it still essential in 2025? Let's do a quick test. And if you like what you hear, use my link to get Inflator for only $16. Oxford Inflator is one of those ancient plugins I still use because I've been using it for so long and I know how it sounds. It's often my first choice when I want to make something loud or fatten it up. But I know in recent years, some have made cogent cases that the Inflator is merely a bog-standard wave shaper with a little upwards compression. And granted, you can get really close with even free tools. But a quick reading of the manual strongly implies there's a lot more going on under the hood. At any rate, I much prefer the simple fader interface of Inflator. But does Inflator sound good? Let's test it out. So I've got an old mix in here, and I'm using Wave Studio Verse to load up Inflator, Waves L2, and FabFilter Pro L2 on separate channel strips, so I can solo each plugin individually. Then I'll use the great Gain Match plugin to gain compensate, so we can solo the mix before and after limiting and hear what it's doing. So right now this mix's loudness is sitting around -20 LUFS integrated. I want to get this to competitive commercial mastering levels, so that'll be around -8 LUFS. So let's get started with Inflator. They say you're supposed to start Inflator with the effects slider at 100%, so we'll do that. And already we've got some loudness gain. Let's activate Gain Match and let it adjust. So it's already added a couple dB of gain. Next we can raise the input. With Oxford Inflator, it's actually okay to raise the input and see some red on the peak meter here. A little too loud. Okay, so we're up near 8 LUFS. Well, that's plenty loud. Let's use Gain Match to compensate. Now it's gain compensated when we can A-B wet and dry. I like how this sounds. Inflator sounds a little more glued and analog, but the mix isn't overly crushed. That's pretty impressive with such heavy limiting. Next we can use the curve slider, which basically increases or decreases the harmonic saturation. I think some saturation will be perfect for this mix, which has a pretty nostalgic sound to it. Okay, you can really hear the distortion when it's cranked up. I usually like it anywhere between 5 and 25. Maybe a little less. Oh, look, and we're up to 7.7 LUFS, so we still have a really loud master that sounds good. So this is totally competitive with commercial mastering levels. Let's see how it stands up to other limiters. First off is the one that started it all, Waves L2. This is something I still use quite often, mostly in mixes, but also as a second limiter during mastering. I just like how it sounds, but it can fail quickly at higher settings. I'll reset the RMS here. Okay, I've got to push L2 harder here. Okay, now we're getting in the same neighborhood of loudness. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to bypass L2. I had to push L2 hard to get it to the same loudness, and I can hear the drums start to lose their attack. And the mix is sounding a little weird. Let's compare to Inflator. That's Inflator. Yeah, Inflator has more body to it, and the transients sound more intact. Alright, let's do the same with Pro L2. This sounds quite good. Not too much of a difference when I A-B the wet and dry. Although I think the voice is starting to clamp down on the drums a bit here and there. And when I switch back to Inflator, the vocal sounds even more present, and the drums still have nice attack and fullness. I'm pretty sure I could tweak Pro L to get a little bit more transparent. And an excellent combo is to use Oxford Inflator to add some of that character, then finish the loudness with an ultra-transparent limiter like Pro L2. But it's great how easy things are with Inflator. I like that. And even if you don't need Inflator for mastering, it's fantastic for pushing elements forward in your mix. Essentially using saturation to reduce dynamic range and make things sound louder without increasing the peak levels. It's really easy to get your drums to come forward. And and you can make it slightly more driven and dirtier if you like. Or keep it clean by keeping the curve below 0. And it's great for bass and vocals too. I really love Oxford Inflator, especially at $16. I remember when this plugin was $300, and it's normally priced at $140, so this is a great deal. Even if you can get close with other plugins, there's just something about Oxford Inflator that just rubs me the right way, and it sounds great every time I use it. So use my link and head over to Plugin Boutique and grab this before the sale ends on August 18th. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. I love hearing from you. And use my affiliate links to support the channel. Until next time, mix well.